Okay, good evening. Thank you for coming. I personally pick this place so that you won't get distracted by the workload that you have at work. So there's not much disturbance later. So the purpose of you coming here is to introduce you introduction to activity-based risk assessment for team leader. This is with regards to the organization requirement. We have been lacking for quite some time, or that not in compliance with the regulation. First, I have to brief you on the emergency evacuation side area. We are at level 5 right now, and as you see, the escape route, the only exit route from this room is through here, and the escape route is through all this red colored side. So in case of emergency, follow the instruction of your escort carefully. Normally for daytime you have fire warden, but this round, since I'm the host, I'll bring you down. Okay. So proceed to the nearest emergency exit. This is our emergency exit and the door outside. Then assemble at the primary assembly area, which is down below at level 1. You can see, simulation. This is the place that we need to go for evacuation assembly. So when you are there, don't go anywhere. Just stay there. Don't move until you are head counted. Okay, we have a head count officer down there. Next, our class ground rules. This is very important, so not as to disrupt the class later on. To be fair to the participants who really wanted to know the requirement here. So don't monopolize time. Give everyone a chance to speak. Everybody got a chance to speak. Just raise your hand in the middle of my talks. If you think you need to ask questions, just raise your hand. Turn off your cell phone. I guess this is, I take it as a compulsory thing so that it won't disturb our class. Because we have limited time. We got only about, for this, about 4 hours lesson. Okay, respect everyone's ideas. You don't have to agree, but be positive and constructive when disagreeing. Okay, I try to manage your question if you have. If I don't have the answer right now, I'll bring back and find the answer and feedback to you since we are in the same company. Okay, don't carry on sidewalk conversation. You can talk to each other, but not too much, so that you can focus on the topic that we are talking about. What is said in the room, stay in the room. So if we have some conflict, if we have some argument, stay here. We don't bring it up. Be professional. Then be open to new ideas and way of thinking. So some of the topic might be new for you, and I hope you can open up. One conversation at a time. Try to talk one at a time. Stay on time for breaks and lunch, and have fun. In between the lesson, we have breaks. Of course, need to take a break. Yeah, anything on the ground before we go further? Okay, finally. Okay, welcome back. This is the second session of the workshop. Just to recap what we have talked in the first session just now before we go for break. We talk about the compliances more to the regulation with regards to risk assessment. Okay, and not only that, we did talk about the responsibility of the employee, the stakeholders, to what you require according to the regulation. So there is a code for workers in WSH regulation whereby you need to follow what's preached by the organization. We have a policy in place. We have a very good policy in place for WSH safety management system in our place. But the only thing, most of the thing is just document, paper. We don't really put it in practice. So this is a big start for us. I hope you guys as a leader can lead by example. Okay, so I mentioned here, initiate implementation of risk assessment. What I mean from here is that this group, you team leader will start the ball rolling. Okay, you guys will kick off the implementation of the risk assessment step. Okay, what is the learning outcome? The overview of the 5 steps of risk management. So you don't get confused between risk management and risk assessment. It will be explained later on the slide, further slide. And of course, the difference between risk management and risk assessment process. Okay. Just take note also, this is not a risk management class whereby I literally teach you one by one how to do it, because by right there is authorized training provider who are going to conduct and certify you guys. My job is to give you an overview so that you have some ideas what is risk assessment to kick off the program. Okay, we get to know before we start, go further, getting into the risk assessment part, you need to know the basic. First, you need to know what is hazard and what is risk. Okay, it's simple as that, but sometimes you misinterpret it. So some of the guidelines, some of the inputs, the points will be shown later, and we have some games or activity to play or inculcate better learning. Okay, the next one, once you know about hazard and risk, this is the time that you will do the scoping of risk assessment. This scoping is based mainly, I try to make it so interesting, mainly with regards to your place. Because first part of risk assessment is to do scoping. If you don't have any scoping of your work area, which area to do risk assessment, there's no use. Then you really can't figure out with the risk assessment form how to fill up. So I will guide you along on this. Okay, we start with main component of risk assessment, risk management. Okay, I'll explain to you what is risk management and risk assessment process. You guys can see here. Okay, first part, to have an overview of all this risk management process is all these steps. There's 5 crucial steps. I just don't pluck from anywhere. This is from the code of practice, which we need to follow by regulation. There's a legal system in Singapore to follow in terms of workplace safety and health. The top part is the act that you need to follow. So if you not abiding with the act, I guess you get fined or you get penalized by the authorities. Okay, that's the very most top part. Second part will be the regulation. The regulation will split into subsidiary regulation. The third part will be your code of practice. Normally what people preach, that some people will say that code of practice normally are not followed. It's not compulsory. But it's not true. To be frank, it's not true. Code of practice is laid by the WSH Council, Workplace Safety and Health Council. Yes, please.
Mr. What?
Husband.
Oh, I don't really understand.
Okay, which part that you don't really understand? Just bear with me for a while, because this is just a starting point.
Starting from the slide before this one. My English not very good.
Okay, this is just an introduction. Okay, you must be from operation or maintenance side?
I'm from operation side.
Okay, okay. This is just an introduction of how we go about with it. Just bear with me for a while. I need to explain this to her so that we can go through nicely the flow. Okay, we're going to go on the overview of 5 steps of risk management, which I showed the slide earlier. So there's a 5 steps that we need to follow to accomplish the risk management process. Okay. So risk management, we will discuss later what is risk management. So the top part is okay, right? So we talk about the difference between risk management and risk assessment. So risk assessment, so-called, will be part of risk management too. That will be clear? Okay, next one, what is hazard? Before you start doing it, you need to know about the hazard and risk. If you don't, you can't identify hazard and risk, you can't move forward or to do the risk assessment. Okay, I no need to talk Chinese or Indian.
This one I still okay.
Okay, good. Okay, next is the scoping of risk assessment. Scoping of risk assessment is basically to find your workplace. You have to find a place which is hazard and risk to you to do the risk assessment. So that's the 3 part. Thank you guys for your patience. Okay, I move on. As I mentioned, these are the 5 steps. Any other question before I go ahead? I assume no. So there's 5 steps that we need to follow for risk management process. These are the risk management process: preparation, risk assessment, implementation, record keeping, and review. I'll give you a very basic overview. You have to attend the course to be qualified to know in depth. And the times that we have right here is only 4 hours. So we can't really dictate. So anyhow, whatever input that you will find here is the one that you need to give briefing and need planning for your next step, which when you come back to your own team. Okay, under preparation, these are the three things. Form a team, gather relevant information, identify tasks of each process. Why we need to do this? Why form a team? If you don't have a team, you can't do it. You can't do it alone. For risk assessment, you need to have at least 3 people. 1 is the leader and 2 is the members, so that you can proceed with risk assessment. Okay, next is gather relevant information. Information is needed with regards to the place that you later when you do the risk assessment. You need to know all the information with regards to, let's say you find hazard or incident happen at your place. That information, that incident information need to have. This will be kept by the site.
There are so many different components. So today, which one are we learning?
Let me just go further because I haven't explained in one part. As you can see now, which are the areas which I circle, later I will explain to you. Okay, just bear with me for one. So the next part is identify tasks of each process. Okay, inside the risk assessment form, later on you will know as the class move on, you will identify the process. What kind of process that we need to be input in the risk assessment form. So these are the main things that we are discussing in this session. Okay, how we identify the task. Of course, we need to know the hazard and risk that we can input the information there later on. So I just move on. But you need to know the overall picture. As a leader, you need to have an overview before you start planning or documenting. Okay, risk assessment. Okay, these are the one. Risk assessment involve 3 parts: hazard identification, risk evaluation, and risk control. Okay, so these are the one will be separated from the risk management process. These will be having different teams. If you have a big group, it's better to separate it between risk management and also risk assessment. If you have a small group, it can be the combination. Okay.
So
Okay.
all this means other people do, I don't need to do.
No. Selected later on as a leaders, you guys to have to make planning. Once you form a team, you identify your men who have their own responsibility.
But my men are all very busy, so we don't even have time to do all that.
That's the reason the
So I don't think
organization.
all this will work actually. I mean, we just focus on what's safe in our operations.
Okay, just for your information, all this planning, all this talk about the risk assessment is what organization want. We have a policy. We have a policy which stated that we need to, cater with all this safety management system. If you don't really want to get involved with this, we're gonna get problem. You get what I mean?
But then last time long ago, people already done that.
Oh, that was last time. We forget about the last time. But you guys understand the necessary of risk assessment. This time round, the management system need to, after the audit, they identify this quite a few times.
So can maintenance do operations then?
Okay, this will be the combination of work for everybody. If you have a 2 group, that's what I'm saying. The plan is that if you have a 2 group, big group, you can isolate you between your own department. But if you have a smaller group, like what we have, we need to work with each other to come up with a risk assessment. Okay? Can I go ahead?
Yeah.
Okay. I think the involvement for employees is a very crucial point.
That's company problem, not my problem as well. Already so busy already. People taking leave now, end of the year, no one working already.
This is just the planning. We still got more work to do. When you form a team, you need to send people for trainings. Okay? With regards to your worries about whether you are involved or not, I guess as a leader, you need to be involved. Okay?
My boss never say that.
Your boss is just next to you, I guess. So he will tell you in bits why the need is so. So this is tie up to our KPI as well. Okay. I cover some of the information on risk assessment. Implementation part, this is where you guys are involved. Obtain management approval. You are the representative for management. So the approval should come from you. So when you have overview, you understand what it is for. Implementation of control measures. Control measures sometimes need investment. So you guys need to really verify, how you want to do the control measures. Control measures are recommended in Singapore terms. We use hierarchy of control. There's 5 hierarchy of control involved. So some really need a big investment. Okay. Then communicate, identify hazard and control. This is very crucial also. Once you've done your RA, you need to communicate with everybody, especially the RA which involved to each department. Then audit and regular inspection. Okay, there's no use once you do, you just keep quiet. Everybody, you have to have a program for inspection as well. Record keeping must be available upon request. So this is, for record keeping is very crucial. Because why? It's auditable. So when your auditor comes, they will ask for all these documents. And that is why it's so important. Kept for at least 3 years. The validity recommended by Code of Practice is 3 years. Okay, there is a criteria, other criteria which require you to do review straight away. Then review RA on regular basis. There's 3 parts. There's 3 part that you need to review. Just an overview. If you have a change in your work process, your system, your procedures, you need to do a review. Next, if there is incident, fatal incident or reportable incident to authorities, you need to do a review. Then if you have a change in regulation which involve with the RA that you do, you need to do a review. Okay, after all, you can see the difference between risk management and risk assessment, which I highlight by the circle and also square. The red color is the whole process. This is where your risk management process. Okay. For risk assessment process, is just these 3 stuff. So it will be, the job will be separated. When you have a team of risk management, they will doing the planning and also more practical, the planning and also documentation. For risk assessment, they are the one who do the analysis, most of the analysis at site. Okay. So any question before I move further for other slide? Bobby?
So I still think a lot of things to do.
Yes, it is. It is a starting point now. Okay. Next, to start with how you know about hazard and risk, I would like to show you a video. Mr. Napo here, he's a very famous animated cartoon, which his film normally very friendly. You don't have, some of the safety movie you will see not cut hand, no blood here and there, but for him, he will show a very friendly kind of teaching. Just sit down. Relax. If you need anything, maybe I can just stop the slide the video for a while. I'm not gonna finish all the movie because after this will be not so much related to the topic that we're talking about. Okay, from the previous movie that the film that we see just now, you have any idea, any idea about risk and hazard, which is quite clear. Explain only thing, you don't have any talking involved here. Anybody? Please just raise any inquiry.
Which means like you might trip on something and you fell. That is one of the hazard. Is this considered hazard?
The hazard varies.
Okay.
That's the reason now we want to learn
Okay.
how we differentiate it. So the slide, the movie just now was showing different kind of scenario. So things that you found a hazard is clearly show that situation hazard or risk. Okay, you will explain later on the other slide. Okay, now to make things interesting, whatever we see down there, whatever we have experienced at work, okay, we try to discuss. Okay, the plan is that we try to split into two groups and just differentiate the difference between hazard and risk. Yeah, maybe you can just speak according to the.
Sorry, can you translate in Chinese what you want us to do?
Okay, I can't speak Chinese, but not to worry. We got a lot of Chinese students here. Let us do the activity first and get somebody to guide you along.
Okay, can you? Okay.
You guys can take from here. The other side.
List down the different.
The difference between hazard and risk. Just read out some. It can be related to the movie that you see or at your workplace. Just remember operation and maintenance.
Operation and maintenance.
Yeah.
So it's like the hazard and the risk. Now, can you set one example for hazard risk?
Okay, hazard is something that you see. You can see the slide.
Like the
This is the explanation. Okay, hazard is any source of potential damage, harm, or adverse health you can face. Risk is the likelihood that hazard will cause harm to you.
Hazard is something that can cause harm.
Okay, you see just now there's a big drain from the mountain. Okay, you have people trying to go there, right? So the hazard is
So hazard is the actual.
is that big gap itself.
Risk is the
So the risk is when you try to cross over that big gap. Okay, if you don't have any control measures, you fall from there. Yeah, maybe don't mind.
It already is a harm.
In the meantime, maybe any can.
I'm not good at
We can start with the hazard and risk.
所以那个 risk 呢，就是它会有造成身体的伤害，那个就是叫做 risk。
Thank you, Eric.
So hazard can be like wet floor.
That's the explanation which I put up this slide.
Oh, okay, definition behind.
Yeah. Can use that explain.
哦，
Cost. Right. Risk is the chance.
Chance.
Likelihood.
Chance.
H.
H. Or likelihood.
As I say, you can relate back to your workplace or the video that's not you see.
YG.
Physical thing. This one is the leather. The leather is the leather of the office chair or
cannot be seen. Risk is yeah.
Chance people tripping over.
Yes, you- yes,
a
you
leather
do.
is one is because
The open company. Cabinet.
the risk is
Like
a leather.
someone might
Someone might trip over.
Understanding is that cause bodily harm. Do you have any situation, a certain situation, physically that you can, imagine?
Next one is
Right. Yes.
Knife,
Sorry.
if knife,
Yes.
Shortcut the bridge.
dangerous.
Sorry.
if
The knife.
if I'm holding a knife, the
Okay.
knife is a risk or a hazard.
The knife is the hazard. Okay. So the risk is when people use the knife, and have to look at the condition. Okay, maybe 1 minute more.
The road is not wouldn't plan over bridge,
The
plank might break.
Yeah, break
Plank.
way.
Give way.
Or your balancing skill not good.
Sheraton done it? Okay.
Might be toxic. Might be toxic.
When breathe.
Okay, I guess everybody have done their task, and looks like that you guys are really knowing what is hazard and risk. Okay, come this for learning, for better learning. Can somebody, from each team, representative, to just explain what you have written there?
So the hazard is something which is like an object or physical item. So wet floor will cause risk, which is the bodily harm. This one for the risk, right, cannot be seen. Okay, as for knife, when you use it, you will get hurt, which is this is a difference. So straightforward, hazard is an object of physical item. Okay, so risk will be something that we cannot see, which is you will harm your body.
It's a very simple explanation and a very simple condition that the team has already put it here. So it's easy to understand. Do you guys have any comment with regards to this? Something that you can input further with regards to the situation there?
Common sense things.
Exactly.
Then why would one waste my time to do all the tutorial, waste my time to do the assessment?
As I
Some
mentioned,
more my English not good, I don't know how to write.
as I mentioned earlier,
Well, I don't think it will work. I mean, my workers are all equipped. They see something, separate, they'll clean up automatically.
correct. That we need to talk to the seniors later. When you say that the task is big for you, we can talk it again.
So
But
they'll do it, right?
the commitment,
Or maintenance will do it. I think maintenance job. No?
Everybody will get-
Operations, very busy.
everybody will get involved in this. Not only because every department have their own risks and hazard. So the matter expert is coming from you guys itself. So the person who know better is you.
Yeah, my team, no injury so far. Perfect, zero incident.
Yes.
Because everyone got common sense.
Statistic stated yes, 0.
Yeah.
But by reality, when people do audit, you find something.
Yeah, I mean, copy and paste. Why waste my time do all that?
That's the reason we want to improve further for the company. Before anybody get hurt, before any fatal incident happen, we want to improve things at our side. Okay? You have any to add in for this? Because this is a very simple situation that you can see a wet floor. You want to add anything from here, Bobby or Mr. Thomas? Corey? Okay, maybe why don't you discuss on what you have here?
Okay, for hazard is something that can cause harm. That is something which we also do with the other team members. Like for example, opening of a file cabinet, a wooden plank over a drain, or even an open chemical drum. So the operation side and maintenance got to be mindful lah. And in terms of risk is the chance or likelihood of it happening. Somebody might trip over the file cabinet if it's open,
Exactly.
in the middle of nowhere.
Yes.
So the plank may also give way if one party got lost their balance. So even the chemical drum is not closed properly, it may cause toxic, and then when breathing, so it's
Precisely. That's where this risk assessment will guide us along.
Common sense also. My house, if a floor is wet, I'll mop. Not my kid will fall down.
Exactly.
I see
Common
sharp,
sense.
I see sharp corners, I also protect the corners.
True.
But
Very
my
true.
wife and I don't wrench all the notes and then say, oh, don't do that.
Perfectly. Yes,
Yeah.
I have to agree with you. But not everybody will think like you.
My thing is good.
Yes.
So what do you do?
No. This is a teamwork. Okay, we can discuss on the forming of team later when you go back to.
Can let other team do first lah. Then we know to do.
Everybody have to start at the same time. We have a program that we already have a schedule to really execute the thing. So in later when we split out from the training, when you come, when you're back to the company, you will talk about. Okay, so you have the knowledge and the understanding of what hazard and risk, and you will not be that simple as what you are writing here. You need to scrutinize more. Cheryl, do you get what I've been talking about?
This one's still okay.
Thank you very much, Cheryl. Okay, so the definition is here very clearly that you guys explained. Don't have to go further. This is taken from our WSH site. This is on our local terms. Okay, so once you know how to go about identifying hazard and risk, this is the scoping that we are talking about. So scoping is to identify the boundary of your workplace. Okay, let's say maintenance. Maintenance have a lot of area to cover. Workshop, some places in the process line. So these are the places that you need to identify for scoping. So you guys know better what the hazard that you are working with. Same goes to operation. Yeah. You will have your own plant or your area to look into. Okay? So these are the areas that you need to identify the hazard and risk. As a leader, okay, you are very thorough in your area, your own area. So you need to find a boundary to implement the scoping part. Okay, it's a step of identifying a convenient boundary for assessing and controlling risks at workplace. It may be as simple as dividing a workplace or project into distinct parts. You can see there's different situation. Look at the guy here with the lamp. Okay, what is he doing? Can somebody just explain what is he doing? Changing a bulb. Is it a risk that you see from here? A hazard you see from there? Okay. Why? Maybe Thomas, can you identify the hazard and risk for here?
Hazard is standing directly below the crane, which might just fall on him.
Exactly. The hazard is the height where he might fall. So the risk of him climbing with two hands without holding anything, he might fall down. So that's it. Same goes to the other part. So every activity that you have, especially maintenance, they do server maintenance. You have the risk and hazard. So after talking this, we have not much time left. I will have another task or activity that you guys can bring back or identify and do the sharing later. But please identify one boundary area that you can find your place and put it in paper so that here itself we can learn from each other. Okay, just to guide you along. Just focus on the area and department is mainly your department itself, where you come from, and the verification is done by you yourself, and the date of you do the verification. And the risk assessment boundary, this is the boundary I'm talking about. You have to try to think back at your place, try to pick one place and the exact location that you think have potential of hazard. If you can find this, I just want one scenario and just wrote it here. Give you about 2 minutes for this. Cheryl, need any guidance for this? Yes, very helping hand. Thank you very much. Ellie?
So only for my area and department.
Yes, it's simple to think that way. So you can adopt this later on. Thomas? Can you help me with this?
Yes, no problem.
Bob?
Oh, the more I write this, the more I do. I write.
Okay, just for practice sake, okay, you identify. So I'm sure you are capable to know
If
your
I
area.
write, then my boss will know that there's a problem, then I can fix waste my time also.
That's the reason you are selected here.
So I keep quiet better, right?
No, this is a activity we join together to
So
make.
I write
life
something
interesting.
simple, the file cabinet and push back.
No, this is we are try. No, I guess your work area also have that, but
Okay, so I just
I won't be forcing you.
The
to write.
cabinet drawer.
Yeah, I just want to know that you know how to identify this. How about Corinne?
Yeah, I would. Can I?
Department?
Department, yes.
Sports station, huh? Everybody okay? Operation or kitchen? Operation or kitchen? Factory. Yes, why not? Operation or toilet?
Yeah, mine was not my toilet, the handicap one.
Okay, cool. Okay, maybe representative from one of the maintenance side and one from the operation side and one for the maintenance side to identify, to share what is the what you have put. Just take one.
Can I share first?
Oh yes, please.
So I make sure my toolbox drawer must be closed at all times when not in use.
So your exact location The boundary, you have to set the boundary
Workshop.
first. Okay, so you're mentioned here workshop.
Workshop,
So that's why it's mentioned here exact location.
Okay.
And what is the hazard?
The drawer.
Drawer.
Yeah, the toolbox drawer.
What happened to the toolbox drawer?
People will trip over.
How? If it's closed or open?
If it's open, people may trip over.
Okay. Okay. Maybe the hazard you can put it here. Yeah.
Only one, right?
You will find one. Yes.
No lah, why put enough already later?
Yeah.
No
So
time
you have to
do
write the
already.
hazard. So how about the maintenance side? Yep. Okay, operation. You hear what he said, right? Just now.
Yeah,
They're talking about
the drawer.
the drawer,
Yeah.
which can cause hazard. So do you have anything which can cause more hazard apart from the hazard that she mentioned here?
In the kitchen.
You're talking about the one that he found just now.
Oh.
Inside the workshop,
Mm.
there's a toolbox which is open, which can cause trip. Okay, there's another scenario which you can think, you can contribute to them when the toolbox is open. What else rather than you can trip?
Maintenance. In his
Whichever area.
bedroom trip. Wet floor.
No, talking about that drawer, open drawer. What else can it contribute?
Concussion. Concussion.
From trip and fall. Same, right? Yeah. One incident that you can know is that when you are doing something, when people start to slam, you get stuck with your hand. So that's another thinking of hazards. Okay, maybe on the operation side.
Myself was like toilet, wet floor,
Maintenance side.
sleep area, sleep and fall. Sleep and fall.
Okay, the exact location is toilet.
Correct.
Okay, to be exact, you can write it better. Toilet where? Maintenance room, level 1, level 2, something like that. Okay.
Okay.
Then the hazard is wet floor. Okay, can slip and fall. Do you have any contribution to make on the hazard that the incident that the exact location and the hazard that they found?
So how can I prevent wet floor? Toilet naturally is wet.
Okay, so that's where the control measures come. So now we are learning about identifying hazard and risk. So the next session later we have in the afternoon is how we control it. Okay, so any question? Looks like you guys are quite knowing what is hazard and risk. So this information is very crucial. This is part of the identification that you need to put in the risk assessment later. Okay, the scoping. When I talk about scoping, about the boundary, right? You talk about that area which can cause hazard. So scoping of that area itself. Okay, you talk about the workstation. What you written here? So the workstation is a place that you need to do RA. Okay, because you find some hazard down there. Okay, explore the activity that we done earlier. We discuss and we learn from there. Okay, for this session we end here. We continue next session in the afternoon. Thank you for your participation.
Hey, bring back